Hello and welcome to Tuscarora High School's presentation on hybrid reopening. This is Mr. Barry, your principal. I'm glad you've decided to be fully informed before returning to school. We hope this presentation over the next few minutes will give students and parents a good deal to think about returning to the hybrid model and how to best navigate school. So what exactly is the hybrid model? In the hybrid model, all students are assigned a cohort. The A cohort attends on Monday and Tuesday. The B cohort comes on Thursday and Friday. All students participate in virtual learning on all days, whether they are remaining virtual or attending in person. Wednesday is a day of all virtual learning for all students. So, in summary, all students continue to learn 5 days a week. Because of transportation limitations and class sizes, however, students may only attend on the cohort days to which they are assigned. And likewise, only students of families who indicated they wish to return in the survey that we conducted in December and January may do so at this time. There may be a time when virtual students may return to the hybrid model, but for now, students who indicated virtual must remain virtually learning at home. Our next topic is transportation. If you're a car rider, you may be dropped off and picked up at both the main entrance and the bus entrance sides. Student drivers, our parking situation will remain open in the student lot until further notice. If FCPS increases the number of students coming to school, we may begin issuing parking permits based on a priority system. We ask that you park on the main entrance side near the greenhouse. The bus information for those taking the bus are available on fcps.org. If you have not already, check that location. Also, you may wish to check back before February 16th to assure that no changes have been made to the routes and the time and location. The CTC students will be picked up on the bus loop and dropped off midday at the main office as usual. Let's talk about our self-screening protocol. Every day, students and parents are to conduct a self-screening prior to the coming of the school. The self-screening protocol is this. Do you have one of these symptoms? Coughing, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, new loss of taste and smell? Or do you have two or more of these symptoms? Chills or shaking, muscle aches, sore throat, headache, nausea or vomiting, fatigue, or congestion or runny nose? Once again, we ask that if you have any of these, you please remain at home. Don't come to school if you have a known exposure to someone who is COVID-19 positive. If you have had a COVID-19 test a positive COVID-19 test within the last 10 days. If you have been notified by the health department, your employer, or a healthcare provider, or a school nurse that you need to isolate or quarantine. And we ask that again, you don't risk your health and the health of others. When in doubt, you are always welcome to attend class virtually. Here are a few safety protocols and expectations. Each day, you need to wear an appropriate face covering over your mouth and nose at all time, and only may remove this for eating lunch. Single-layer gaiters or bandanas are not permitted or considered acceptable face covering. Please maintain social distancing of 6 feet. This is always expected in hallways, classrooms, the cafeteria, and entering or exiting the building. Please also use the hand sanitizer station at each entrance. For the start of the day, there are also hand sanitizer stations in each classroom and the cafeteria. And as always, obey the directional signals in the building taped to the floor. Titans, masks are about everybody's safety. You're reminded that if any adult gives you directions concerning your mask, to pull it up, to adjust it, you're asked to comply. There are specific consequences for students who do not take these directions or who do not comply with mask wearing. There is no room for error where masks are concerned. Face covering is about everyone's safety. Here's the daily schedule that we are following at Tuscarora High School. It's not changing once students return. Classes begin at 7:30, are 55 minutes in length. We have a 45-minute flex period and a 30-minute lunch. Dismissal to the buses begins each day at approximately 12:25. We will stagger dismissal out of the building to the closest exit in your classroom. Your teacher will let you know where that is. We also remind you that students should use your student support time and that students in all instances should not remain in the building after school. unless they immediately have an athletic practice or a contest. Practices or contests that are in later in the day, please go home and return to the building. Morning arrival. The building opens to students at 7 a.m. Student drivers should enter through the main entrance side, and students may be dropped off on either the bus entrance or the main entrance side. Again, drivers are asked to follow adult directions. Bus riders enter through the guidance tennis court entrance. Students must proceed directly to class. There is no gathering in the hallways. Breakfast will be available in the cafeteria each day, but is pre-packed. Students must eat their breakfast in the cafeteria before reporting to their first period class. Classes begin promptly at 7:25. A few things to keep in mind about hybrid learning. Probably the most important thing I can tell you is to bring your Chromebook charged every single day. You will need every ounce of battery power to make it through the day. Virtual students will join in class at the same time as in-person students. The restrooms will be available during class, but only one student per class may be permitted to go to the restroom at a time. Restrooms are closed during class changes, except for emergencies because of the restroom capacities. No eating or drinking will be allowed in the classroom. A student may bring a water bottle to class, and as a best practice, we recommend you bring a water bottle that has a straw to sip through. In the classroom, every student will receive a disposable desk cover. It'll be a piece of paper you put on your desk. You'll pick one up every day, and at the end of the period, take it with you and throw it away in the trash can. Again, if you look at the picture of this classroom, you can see that every desk is not close to a charging station. You may bring your charger just in case your Chromebook does drain, but there is no guarantee there will be an outlet that is safely socially distanced from another student to be able to plug into. So again, underscoring charging that Chromebook every day. Please bring your headphones or earbuds as they will be needed for some lesson. The desks must remain in their specific area and remain socially distanced. And again, no food or drink is permitted in the classroom. In terms of our hallways, lockers, and restrooms, we need students to follow all signs and directional arrows in the hallways and staircases. And you'll see them, as you see here in the picture, on the ground. And please stay on that side of the hallway. Maintain social distance and proceed directly to class. Lockers will not be used at this time, and water fountains are only available for filling water bottles. Again, that underscores that need to bring a water bottle because that would be the only way you can sip water. Wash your hands and use hand sanitizer throughout the day. There are hand sanitizers located in every classroom. Lunch will work as follows. There will be 3 lunch shifts, just as we always have, and your third block teacher will tell you when yours is. Please maintain social distance in the lunch lines. There'll be spots on the floor for you to stand in. Lunch is grab and go in pre-boxed lunches, no choices. There is no cost to any student who wishes to have a grab and go lunch. Seating will be at the desks, such as you see in this picture, socially distanced from one another. Students must remain in their seat during the entirety of lunch. Microwaves will not be available at this time. We welcome students to bring their own lunch, but microwaves will not be available. The bathrooms adjacent to the cafeteria will be available for student use, and we will monitor who is coming in and out of the bathrooms. And again, we ask that you please wash your hands or use sanitizer before or after lunch. Afternoon dismissal will be staggered a few minutes apart by section of the building to allow for better social distancing in the hallways. Again, at dismissal time at 12:30, we ask all students to exit from the nearest outside door to their 4th block class. Your teacher will give you directions as to where that door is. Please proceed directly to the buses or to your cars. Do not gather in the hallways, and please do not gather as groups outside of the building. If you're waiting for a ride, please maintain social distancing outside while you're waiting for your ride. We also remind that students are not to remain in the building after dismissal. The only exception are students that have an athletic practice or a extracurricular activity that meets immediately following the 12:30 bell. All other athletic practices that occur later in the day, students should return home and then come back to the building at the time of your practice. The health room technicians and our registered nurse will be on site each day that the students are present for hybrid learning. Health staff are available to respond if a student is ill. Daily medication should be administered at home in order to limit exposure when you are in the health room. And teachers must contact the health room before sending students down to ensure that health room staff are prepared for appropriate social distancing and PPE protocols. Students sent home from the health room must be picked up in a timely manner. In most cases, we ask that parents come within 1 hour. Attendance will continue to be very important for success in school at Tuscarora. It will be taken every day. Students will be marked either present in person, present virtual, or absent. And in the near future, we'll be issuing pre-recorded attendance calls every day, going out to parents to let them know when their child has been absent from class. Attendance will also continue to be reported on a weekly basis. Late arrivals will need to sign in at the attendance office, and early dismissals. Parents picking up students are asked to call the main office, and your student will be sent out to meet you. We are not accepting visitors at this time. Attendance notes should be emailed to the attendance email address seen on the screen, or a note may be put in the bin on the wall outside the attendance office on Main Street as you enter. CTC students will again be asked to check in and out on arrival, and dual enrollment students will be signed in at their designated location on their off days. There are many supports available to you here at Tuscarora High School, whether you are remaining virtual or whether you are attending school as a hybrid student. Your counselor, behavior support specialist, your administrators, your case managers, and your teachers are all available to you. Your flex teacher, as you know, is your go-to persons for questions in navigating hybrid learning. You meet with your flex teacher every day that you come into the building, and on Wednesday virtually. If you're unsure who your guidance counselor is, please go to the website on the screen and you will get the alphabetical breakdown of counselor assignments. And once again, student support time is available each day for an hour on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Extracurricular and activities are proceeding, and co-curricular activities will be held virtually, most times on Wednesday. There will be athletics held in person. Fall sports will begin on February 13th. It will be 3 weeks of practice, followed by contests beginning the week of March the 8th. Spring sports will occur later this spring. Unfortunately, no spectators are permitted at this point at any contests. However, our contests will be live streamed via YouTube. We recognize that many of our students will be remaining virtual at this time. Virtual students will need to log into your classes at the same time as the in-person students, continue to attend Flex, and engage with teachers during support time. We ask that all students communicate regularly with their teachers through Schoology messages. Finally, if you have any questions and you are seeing this presentation prior to Wednesday, February 10th, we will have a hybrid parent Q&A session on that evening at 7 o'clock. Please feel free to attend, and we will send a Google Meet link out provided via Find Out First. And if you're looking to have questions answered specifically about classes, your first contact and your best contact is always your student's teacher. You may call or you may write through Schoology or email. Please feel free to also contact your student's counselor and contact your child's administrator as necessary. We hope you found this information helpful and informative, and we look forward to seeing our students back next week here at Tuscarora High School. Have a great day.